have this camera out, I'll just talk about a little game I played the other day. Oh, excuse me. I played the 13th Age or something, the 13th Age or something like that. Just played at a local convention here, and it was great. It was really fun. It was like it was a D20 system, and it left a lot to be opened. And I'll talk about three aspects of the game I really liked. One was you had to pick a unique item or a unique aspect of yourself. So and the GM would work that into his story, and it was a clever idea to get the person to think about their character. I was a wizard gnome, which two things I'm not very often. A gnome I'm not very often, and a wizard I maybe have never played a wizard. But that's just personal preference or something, I guess. But besides that, so my unique item was the developing nose horn of a dragon fetus. It was the first thing that came to my mind. It was just but it gave me a start of the background to work on my character. I was just handed this character sheet that was this gnome wizard, and then you have these options to pick. So that first thing popped in my mind, wrote it down, and already I'm starting to generate this background for the character. So from that I've thought of, well, maybe he's really into potion making, and this is an element that he knows is rare, and he happened to be in the right place at the right time and found it. And he's, I don't know, just the start of a little background on the character. And then the next thing is their skill part is also you pick. So you have 8 points to divvy up into different backgrounds / skills you want to put these points into. You can put a max of 5 into 1. So I picked research, potion making, rune languages, and being quiet. So then once again, all these go into fleshing out the background of my character. So I thought, this gnome wizard guy, he was mostly a person who would be in the libraries of wherever he was being trained to be a wizard, gathering information for the higher ups, so they didn't have to go and look through all their reference books and through that. And he knows a little bit about potions, and he knows a bit about being quiet too, because he's mostly in the library all the time, trying to walk quietly from wizard to wizard, giving them their resource books that they needed. It's just it was a nice way to make people think about the background of their character. The last thing I want to talk about is their magic. So I had this one spell that was called Energy Blast, and whatever it does, it shoots a blast of energy. But what they gave you in the description was you pick what type of energy you're shooting, which I thought was very nice and very open-ended, and once again could more make your character come out. Like, you could just shoot lightning all the time, but they had lightning, water, fire, whatever. So every time you could it gives you that little option that just makes you feel more that, oh, I'm doing this magic. It's not just this one spell that the book gave you a description of. It's just this generic thing that you could put as much background or emphasis on it as you want. And they did it with the cantrips. So they had a list of 10 or 12 cantrips, I can't remember, but you get 3 a day out of this list of 10 or 12, which I thought was great. What a great idea. You have a big pool of different ones you can pick from. You could pick the same 3 all the time, but to just have these options given to the players instead of just one, this is the spell you're doing, that leads to a happier player, I would say. And another thing of the magic thing, it was, I guess it was kind of like a feat, or I guess it was a feat, I don't really know, but it was a verbal something of someone or other. But the feat was basically when you speak out your spell, say, Bill Lard, striking finger blast. The DM will give you pluses or to your rolls and have it be easier to hit or easier to do damage or to do more damage. But that's just another good way to get people to role play if they're giving if the role playing coincides with your dice rolls. It's a sneaky way to get people into role playing. Thought that was a good little. It's out for pre-order right now, but who knows when it's coming out. But they're still working on it. But it looks like it's shaping out to be a pretty good RPG. It was the 13th Age. Pretty nice.